We're at Stokes Hill Lookout, which is a really steep climb. You can see 360 for miles and miles. We're probably just about in the centre of the Flinders Ranges. We've just come into the creek at Apollina Wurrens, and there's quite a few kangas just sitting around in the creek there because they've got damp little holes in the side. Quite a few got off and moved off when we came. There's a few hopping away up there now. Still at the Apollina ruins, some of these are in really good shape now. Walking up the creek there just to check out there's a few more up the other end. We're looking at Arkaroo Rock. They're just probably maybe 10 k's from where we're staying, heading up to Wilpena. It's a lovely crisp morning. It's about 20 degrees, but sun's shining. This is the same set of rocks, just up a bit closer. We're just doing a bit of a walk around the base and up a little bit. There's some Aboriginal art around this area and some caves, so don't know quite how far we'll get, but we'll have a look. This is the natural spring at Wilpena. Heaps of water through here at the moment. Hard to get this in perspective. This is huge slabs of rock on the other side of the Wilpena Creek on the walk that we're doing. We're on the track near this Wilpena homestead. There's a statue on the start of one of the walks. This is some of the old machinery that they used to use when they had the wheat in here, and the roller is what they used to clear out the scrub. It's an old steam boiler, but they actually used it just for clearing. Some old stump jump ploughs, and I'm not sure, I think the other's some sort of plough. And the house is slowly being restored. It's got new roof, the rockwork's being patched up, and they're painting inside at the moment. It's just after 7 o'clock and we've come up the hill at the back of the caravan park just to get a sunset view of the ranges. Just pan around now, the sun's moving across. You can see a few caravans and that at the bottom, way down there. That's Rawnsley Bluff on the left. We're driving between Corn and Port Augusta, following the old Gan route on the Pitchy Ritchie Pass. It's some amazing cutting buildings and bridges and things on it.
Motorbike.
And also a lot of motorbikes at the moment. Out for a Sunday drive, no doubt. Really pretty area. You can see all the stonework along the edges here and big rock cuttings where the railway went through originally. Still in the Pitchy Ritchie Pass, another railway bridge. Some of these are quite thin, breathe-in type things. Just looking around at all the all the outcrops. Mine office. Another National Trust heritage site. Right through here down to the Mildura Railway Museum. Picnic area. The grounds of the Mine Museum, Railway Museum. Just having a look, we're going to have a look inside in a minute. All the old machinery. Uniting Church, that's mine as well. It's attached to a beautiful old church. So Methodist church, and it's still used. This is the front of the church. Iron, wrought iron fence and gates, and old stone fence down the side. It's the Mildura Mine Uniting Church, and in 1865. We're at one of the Mildura crushing plants. This operated from 1869 right through to 1923. There's a lot of parts and bits and pieces still around, so we'll go and have a look. Give you some idea of the complexity of everything that's left here now. It's the mine shaft, some engine house, some of the old slime pits, the tailings heap, boiler house and the shaft. This is part way up the mine lookout. We're at the Hughes site, which is another part of the mine site. It's the engine house and chimney. Oh. And quite a few of the old buildings are still in existence here too. All right. We're driving up to Wattle Point wind farm, which doesn't seem to be active at the moment. Most of the wind turbines are stationary. So there'll probably be an explanation up there somewhere. I'll just see what the story is. We're at the wind farm, Wattle Point wind farm lookout. For some reason, not one of the blades is turning at the moment, and it wasn't when we came down here a few days ago either. On the bottom of the boot of the Yorke Peninsula, just looking around the back towards town, the wharf. The tide goes out heaps here because the actual beaches are so flat. There's a beautiful bit of coastline through here. We're at still at just outside Marion Bay. Just come down to what this is an area is known as the Shipwreck Coast area. We've just signed into the Inns National Park. It's on the first beach, which is Jolly's Beach. Looking back towards the way we came. This is one of the tracks in the National Park. Obviously they don't go for maintenance a lot. Quite corrugated, pretty country. All of these head out to one or the other of the beaches. And in some areas the undergrowth has really taken off. It's really good. We're just around the corner from Jolly's Beach here, looking down the beach. I'll just do a pan around. Quite a long drop down to the beach here, and there's stairs over the other side. We're in Stenhouse Bay here. It's a long walk down to this jetty. It's meant to be good fishing, and there's seals around the sides of the big rocks beside it. But gee, you'd have to be keen. Probably from the car park down to the jetty, it's close to 1 kilometre. In the old days it looks like they had a little, I don't know if we'll be able to see it, little railway or something up to those stone encased pieces up the top. But all these jetties were used for export. There's also a lot of stonework down at the base beside the jetty and big pylons and rocks holding that in place. We've just left Stenhouse Bay and we're just travelling down the road. We've just left Stenhouse Bay and it's so scenic, this coastal drive. There's little offshore islands everywhere. The far one, which you can only just see, I don't think you'll see it on the film, is Kangaroo Island. Don't know if you can see it, there's a lighthouse on the far point too, which will probably go about that far and turn around a bit after there, I think. Travelling down the road into one of the bays here, it's really spectacular scenery. There's a few islands just off the coast. This is a terrible shipwreck area, there's lots of wrecks all the way down here. We're just around the corner from the right round the beach to the next set of cliffs. We're at the Cape Spencer Lighthouse, which is on the bottom toe of the boot of Yorke Peninsula, looking out towards, there's a couple of more islands out there with more lighthouses. There's a lot of lighthouses around here. It's so clean, so good. Nice little beach there. That goes right around the bottom of the cliffs. We're at the historic town of Inniston. Got a few restored buildings. This is the old crushing plant area where they used to do the plaster and the gypsum. Some of them have been restored. You can actually stay in some of them. View of the old post office, which has got a sink and a little kitchen and that sort of thing, and a huge big tree at the back. We're in the old bakery here. Fred's with a paddle. This oven would be approximately 3 metres deep. There's the old oven and the firebox next door, or the firebox underneath.
Probably the same in width.
Wow.
This paddle would not have done the job.
Pretty incredible. The old machinery is still sitting around, ploughs and various mining bits and pieces. Same view of this machinery from a different angle with the stables in the background. This is one of the restored buildings. It's called Mallee Hut Accommodation, fully self-contained have up to 6 people here at night. This cottage is called the Norfolk Lodge for obvious reasons, the Norfolk kind. And it's fence-free done and it's all restored. Even got the old red telephone box beside the back of the building. We're at Ethel Beach, which is the first of the surfing beaches along this coast. There's a shipwrecked boat down here. Really magnificent cliffs, and I don't know how high they are, but they're very, very steep.